Well, good morning. It is just after 8 o'clock, very early for me to be getting up. Thursday today, which means it is like the first day of term and lectures start today. Freshers Week is not quite over, there is still some more things. There'll be a bop on Friday, don't know whether I'll go to that. But work starts now, unfortunately. Seems to be a fairly nice day, nice view as usual. I'm not too ill yet, the freshers haven't infected me too much. Hopefully today I'll get a nano SIM to put in my iPhone 6 because that came yesterday, but I haven't been able to use it yet. It's just sitting in a drawer. And hopefully I'll make it to lectures on time, which started 9 o'clock this year. Last year they were all 10 o'clock, which was really nice. But yeah, that stopped. 9 AM lectures again, unfortunately. If I read the timetable right, today's lectures are HCI, which is human computer interaction. Then we've got a project briefing, and then the other two lectures are quantum computing and optimizing compilers. HCI should be okay, those last two probably going to be quite difficult, so we'll see. I also have to choose modules this year. I don't do all of them like the first 2 years, but I'm going to start by going to all of the lectures and then choose them based on how I find the courses, because I don't want to pick a course and then find out that it's lectured really badly. I made it to the lab with 1 minute to spare. Probably should have left a bit earlier so I wasn't late for my first lecture.
We call it 0, and that one we call
We've just been given the biggest set of notes I've ever seen. This is ridiculous. For optimizing compilers. There's just so much stuff here. I've never seen such crazy notes.
Possible amelioration means making it better, and we're never going to write an optimizing compiler.
Lectures are finished for the day. 4 hours of lectures in a row are really horrible. It's so hard to concentrate for that length of time. The last lecture on optimizing compilers with the huge notes, turned out there were like 650 slides plus 40 pages of text and then some exercise at the end. It's just crazy how many notes there are for 16 lectures. The course seems pretty horrible because I really struggled with the course on compilers last year, so to now optimize these compilers that I didn't understand is going to be difficult, so I'll probably not take that course because I do get some choice. I can't go to all of the lectures, it would probably be too much work, so that may be one of the ones that I decide to drop. I was hoping my new SIM would arrive for my iPhone 6 because it's still just sitting here being nothing but decorative, which is really annoying. I can't use this. I'm still stuck with using my 4S. I could try to cut my current SIM and turn it into a nano SIM, but I might break it and I have to make it thinner apparently, which I'd have nothing to do with. I don't know what to do now because I really want to use this, and my iPhone 4S's battery is worse than ever. I got up at 8 o'clock this morning and unplugged it then, and it was out of power by 12 o'clock. And I wasn't even using it that much because I was in lectures and trying to concentrate. Anyway, I'll think about this and maybe try to cut a SIM sometime today. I don't have too many other plans for this afternoon. Maybe I'll try to get the rest of last term's vlogs finished and try to quickly catch up with myself, because it would be nice to not be 5 months behind with this term's videos and maybe be more like a week behind, so just like I started a year ago. Yes, in fact I've decided I'm going to edit video today. I've just really badly cut a SIM. I didn't use a template or anything, I didn't even measure it, and it seems to have accepted it. It's letting me get further than before, and it says no service now instead of no SIM, so it seems to think it's got a proper nano SIM in there. I wouldn't recommend cutting a SIM without a template. It's just I don't have a printer here and I was lazy and I had a few spare anyway. It's on. I have an iPhone 6. It's so nice, it's so big. Right, it's the second day of lectures, it's Friday. Lectures don't start till 10 o'clock today. I feel a little bit more ill. But I've had an extra hour in bed. I set my alarm for an hour later at least, and I still managed to sleep in. So I'm now going to have to leave immediately. I'll probably make it to the lab on time, but I'll have to skip breakfast and hopefully get something while I'm there. But only 2 lectures today, so it shouldn't be too bad. That back, I've got 3 lectures today. Natural language processing, digital signal processing, and Hoare logic. I'll tell you what that is once I've learned what it is myself. And I'm worried that I'm not going to make it in time to have something to eat, which would be a shame because I'm starving. I'm really bad at getting up. Don't do this like me when you get to university. We've just been to Sainsbury's and I've just spent £60 on alcohol, included nice new bottle.
Cares.
People might care. Includes rum and vodka, but the other way around, because I did that wrong. It's the first Friday night of term and there's a bop happening in Queen's. Bops in Cambridge are like discos, basically. I imagine there are some happening in other colleges too. I'm not going to the one in Queen's, but I'm drinking anyway and I will go out afterwards. I probably will go out afterwards and just join other people who've been to the bop as they go out too. No idea why, but there are fireworks just at the other side of the river. They look quite close. I feel like I'm missing something. It is Sunday afternoon. I've actually just got up. I think I've caught up on some sleep that I needed today. Today's main task is to write my project brief for the project that I need to do this year. It counts as 25% of our marks, so it's like one whole exam paper. Our final grade will be made up of our project mark and then 3 exams. Today I have to write 100 words about what I'm going to do to submit to the computer lab tomorrow. My project is going to be video summarization, so basically my idea is take a long video, like 2 hours of CCTV footage for example, and then produce a much shorter version which only contains the relevant interesting bits where something important happened. And obviously do this with an algorithm automatically. Now the idea is a bit vague at the minute. It obviously depends a lot on what type of video I use, whether it's CCTV footage or maybe footage from a dashboard camera in a car, or consumer video from a camera from a phone. And it depends what I class as important, and obviously I could make this really complicated and use machine learning and identify objects, but I can't be too ambitious for my project. So I need to speak to, I have a supervisor for this project who's going to oversee everything that I do and help me with bits. I need to speak with him and discuss exactly what would make the perfect project, but basically video summarization is my idea. I have this folder called Homework and School Studies that I made about 9 years ago. I've been using it since year 7 for all of my school related stuff, and I'm just about to make my last ever folder inside of it for university year 3. This is my last ever year of education, assuming I don't do a master's. And the last year I've put in stuff inside my 10-year-old homework and school studies folder. Quite a crazy thought. I've spent basically my whole life in education, haven't done anything but be in education. And now I've got less than a year of it left. I got my brief written earlier. Since then I haven't done too much. I emailed it to my potential supervisor, and now I've emailed it to my DOS. I've got feedback from one of them. The deadline is tomorrow at 3 PM, so I've got some time tomorrow to make the changes and get it sent. Now I think I'm going to go out again by myself, because that's how tragic my life is. But look at my growing bar that I've got up here. I think I'm going to make myself a Jaeger bomb. I regret not buying real Red Bull just because it would look nice, I think. This is going to be for display purposes, and then the cheapest stuff is in the fridge. This is obviously the best way to get good marks in your final year of university. I do work hard. I try to anyway.